Okay. Don't know what that was all about, but whatever. Into the PC I go. Today's segment's actually being recorded the day before it's going up, because I actually want to go and get the Meridian Sound stuff from Route 48 and not have to wait another week and going back to places and doing all that sort of stuff. It's not really that big of a deal, but I figured I might as well get it out of the way now since I have the opportunity. First thing I get to do is show off these abnormally high level Pokemon. These are my first 3 captures in the Kanto region. Dugong and Bronzong are in Tojo Falls, Floatzel is in the water just outside it. I'm not entirely sure why these things are such a high level if you are able to access them as soon as you get Surf. I get the impression that Drayano was intending to make a roadblock and make this area inaccessible until you've gotten all 8 of the badges, and he just forgot to do that. Either that, or I don't really see much reason to believe that these should be such high level. I guess he must have either planned on that roadblock or just relying on people not bothering to go to Tojo Falls until they could go through it. In which case these would be pretty much under level just about. But yeah, I went and picked them up. I was also going to get Crobat because it's the Meridian Sound Pokemon, but because Tojo Falls is part of the Kanto region, I don't get any radio reception from the Johto Tower, so I don't actually have access to Crobat until the post-game, once I've done all the shenanigans in Kanto, so that's quite unfortunate. So that's those 3, and then I've also got to go into the boxes here because I put away a bunch of Pokemon that I thought I had shown off, but unfortunately I did not. These are all Meridian Sound Pokemon that I'm going to be showing off here. Primeape is in Route 39, Dodrio is in Route 38, Rapidash is in Route 39, Golem is in Dark Cave, the little area that I mentioned, like the Blackthorn City area. There's just a small area that's at the bottom of a whole bunch of ledges, so you don't have a whole lot of room to cover, but you've got enough room to just sort of encounter stuff there. And so this is what I was looking for when I found the shiny Golbat, and we'll be talking about that in just a moment, because on Route 38 is also Electabuzz through Meridian Sound. There's nothing for Pastoral Sound in Route 38 and 39, it's just stuff that I've already caught, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I think there's some Pastoral Sound stuff in Route 48 though. I was obviously gonna come across that tomorrow anyway, but yeah, I wanted to get the Meridian Sound stuff as well while I had the opportunity, and I figured I might as well do it here, and that's going to require me getting through another segment. You will find this out eventually, but first I've got to talk about Golbat, because I had a bit of a chat with Jish about this after I recorded the segment, and he sort of threw an idea or two at me. We just sort of traded ideas, and I put a plan in place in case I decided to use the Golbat, and I'll go through that plan now, because I might as well just establish now this Golbat will actually be added to the team. So I'm going to have me a pink Crobat on the team, and it's going to be fancy, and it's going to be kind of awesome, even though it's modest nature, which doesn't benefit it in the slightest. But at the end of the last segment, I mentioned that I was probably going to drop Talia. I'm not going to do that, because if I did, I would have 1, 2, 3 flying types on the team, and so that just wasn't going to happen for me in the slightest. Now, just threw a couple of ideas, and I'll explain those in a moment. But it basically just came down to either Rotom or Dragonite, because I didn't want 3 flying types on the team. So I tossed back and forth between these 2, and I eventually did come to a decision. And so the team member that is going to be getting the boot here today will be Jellycup. Now, before anybody has a period over this, just to establish, I'm a bit depressed that I had to drop Jellycup from this team, but in regards to keeping a decent balance on the team, this is probably the best choice to take out. And I will go through this because Jish initially told me to drop the Tentacruel. And part of that was because he was not aware that the Rotoms had their Gen 5 and above typings for this ROM hack, and so he thought that Rotom was Electric Ghost regardless of its form. So I let him know about that, and he said, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. But I stuck with the idea of dropping Tentacruel, and I'll go through the roles that the Tentacruel played on the team up to this point. It was my specialist water type. It had poison coverage, it had poison stab, it was my surf user, so it obviously had the water stab. And the barrier and toxic spikes weren't that big of a deal. The toxic spikes were kind of useful, but I was doing a whole bunch of damage to a bunch of Pokemon anyway that the toxic didn't really... I mean, it was a nice little benefit, but it wasn't absolutely necessary. So, putting the Golbat into the team means I've got my poison type covered. I should be able to get this thing, get Poison Fang onto this thing or something like that. It'll get cross poison as it levels up, I imagine. But then that also means I need a water type specialist and I need a surfer. So, since my Kaiser is being used as a special attacker, I'm going to go ahead and put Surf onto it. And the reason I want to put Surf onto this, I'll go on about this in a moment here. I'm going to get rid of Twister because I don't need it. Dragon Rage is good for whittling HP down, so I have no real reason to get rid of that. But you'll find that I'm out here in Goldenrod City, and that's because in order to reduce the number of flying types on the team, it means that I need to go down into the basement here. No. And I need to talk to this schmuck, and he will teleport us back here, because we're going to be changing our Rotom form here, and we're going to go ahead and go with one that's actually genuinely good. I believe Rotom Wash form is actually the best one. So there that is. It is now in its washy form. It no longer has Air Slash, but it instead has Hydro Pump. And the reason I gave Surf to Kaiser is because Draft can't actually learn Surf. So while it is my water type specialist, it couldn't be my Surfer. So it's going to have Hydro Pump as its water stab. So now that is out of the way, we'll get the hell out of here. And I've got a couple of other things that need doing here. First off, I need to change Draft's nickname, because it doesn't work since it is a washer now. I'm going to name this thing. It sounds like a bit of a dumb name, but Turbo Drum is the name of the brand of washing machine that we have in our house. So we're going to go ahead and call this thing Turbo Drum. The next thing I need to do is switch the team display up and actually make sure that it is accurate to the team. So we replace the Rotom form, and then we will say rest in Pepperoni to Jelly Cup. It served me well. I maintain that I do feel pretty bad about dropping it from the team, but overall, if I want to use this Golbat, and I really do want to use this Golbat, this is probably the best way for me to keep a decent balance on the team and actually keep it reasonably good. So, now that's out of the way, you are going to be handed the Soothe Bell, and while I'm at it, I will go ahead and look for one of my Mystic Waters, and I'll give that to Turbo Drum. So that gives an item to all of the Pokemon on my team, and before I head onward to other places, I also need to take... Okay, I already took the Poison Barb off it. The Poison Barb is going to go on Golbat once it evolves into a Crobat. But the first thing I need to do is get Pikachu out. I could just teach Fly to Golbat. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do that, because another thing I've got to do is go to Cianwood City, because now that I've got a bunch of Heart Scales, I need to see what moves I can teach this thing, because its moveset at the moment is a bit on the air side. So, what could it get? Well, it's not getting Leech Life, obviously. It has access to Wing Attack. And it doesn't have much else. It doesn't have much in the way of poison attacks, so I guess I might as well give it Wing Attack. Get rid of Air Cutter for it. Air Cutter, yeah, I mean, Air Cutter has a chance to miss, so obviously Wing Attack's just going to be better with the slightly better physical attack stat. I don't think there's anything else on this move pool that's really relevant to my interests right now. I don't really think that Bulbat's going to get too much screen time here, but I might as well show it off in this first battle that we're going to go into here. Also, got to show off the overworld sprite because it's all green and shit. That's cool and whatnot. But yeah, got to give it the Soothe Bell because the holder of a Soothe Bell gets its happiness up quicker, and obviously you need that in order to evolve into a Crobat. Now then, let us go ahead and throw a save state and see what this bitch leads with. Alright. I'd rather pay the 1,000 Poké Dollars for that. Thank you very much. Okay, Golbat Mirror Match. Ah! Gotta love those sparkles. Okay. I am expecting this thing to outspeed me and hit me with Hypnosis or something like that. Yep. Alright, rep. Turbo Drum, time to kick some ass. I didn't expect Bulbat to be able to do much here. I probably should have taken the time to grind her up a bit, but whatever. I can take care of that in the future. Try Talia. I think Cacturne will be a bit more physical than special. And I've got the quick claw here anyway, so this thing just... It has paper thin defenses, so Ice Beam was always going to put it on its ass. And last is a Mighty Enna. If I gave it Leech Life, then it might have had a chance. I'll give Kaiser a crack here, actually. Throw a Surf at it, see what that does. Not much. Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of attack power, unfortunately, because it's not a fully evolved Dragonite, and it won't be for quite a while. I could probably give it vitamins or something like that, but I don't really see much reason to do that. Kaiser at the moment is holding her own reasonably well. Holding his own. I don't know why I thought it was a female. Whatever. Gotta go back because I forgot to put the Pikachu away, and I need to grab Trap Tricks back out. Okay. And then we can proceed onward to Cliff Cave, assuming there are no more Rocket Grunts that I have to fight in here. There's more Rocket Grunts than I have to fight. Okay, fine. Alright. Let me try a different tact here. Let me actually put the experience share onto this thing, because it's not doing much for itself on its own, so I figured I might as well just let it gain some experience. We've seen the Sparkle at least once, so it's fine. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. Now, what the hell are you going to do? You're going to send out Eradicate. Well, I pity you, poor bastard. No, I don't want to switch. I want to kill this thing with Ice Beam. Yeah, Crunch ain't going to do too much. That did a bit more than I was expecting, to be fair. Rip. Alright, let me... Okay, it's paused. Damn it. Figured it'd be bloody paused, because I forgot to bring up the team display thing here so I can talk about my next Pokemon playthrough of the day. Apologies for that random pause, but we can go on that little tangent about that now. Okay, so after going through the Soul Silver run and having it be stop-start for Lords knows how long, I had a bunch of playthroughs that started and finished in the meantime. One of those, well, two of those to be more precise, were Black and White 2. These were I believe these were the first games that I actually picked up on the date of release. I'm not too sure if I got Gold and Silver on release dates. I think Mum and Dad had them like lay-by or something like that, so Lord knows if I got them on date of release or just after, but I got Black and White 2 on the date of release. I went with Black 2 because I already did my White 2 run in Japanese, so I figured I'd go with Black 2. I still eventually got through White 2 first because I, for some reason, have a preference to White. I don't know. It's dumb, but whatever. It is what it is. And so, for my Black 2 playthrough, I can't remember what I picked as my starter. I think it might have been... I think it might have been Oshawott. Only reason I can't remember is because I never actually used it in this playthrough. The first team member that I came across, going back to the subject of shiny Golbat, was another shiny in and of itself. This time it was a Sunkern, and this one was a bit of a... I mean, it was a shocker, but in retrospect, it was very, very dickish for the game to present me with that shiny Sunkern, because it was only a minute or two earlier that I had proceeded to rule out ever using a Sunkern for this playthrough. I wanted to try and use a better grass type. I was going to use Sawaddle, but I used it in the Japanese White 2 run, so I opted against that. And then the game decided to throw me that shiny... yeah, game just decided to throw me that shiny exactly 3 hours after I bought the games. So, what can you do? The other shitty part about it, aside from the fact that it's, even as a Sunflora, it's still very, very shit, is that it had Solar Power as its hidden ability. For those of you who don't know what Solar Power is, it is basically the closest thing any ability has to basically being a life orb. What it does is, the Pokemon, if the strong sunlight weather is active, the Pokemon with Solar Power gains a boost to its special attack, but it takes a small amount of damage each turn. I can't remember what the amount is, whether it's 1/8 or 1/16. I want to say it's 1/8. But yeah, it kind of does some unnecessary damage. And compared to Chlorophyll, which boosts speed in sunlight, it's pretty much black and white. Chlorophyll is far better. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. So I stuck with a Solar Power shiny Sunflora for the entirety of the playthrough. And its name was not very original either. I named it Sunshine. I mean, it's a fitting name for it, to be fair, but it's not very original. So, of course you'd hit 2 times. Of course you'd hit with Ice Fang. I'm dead now. No, I'm not dead. Okay, thank you. Whatever. Okay, moving on. I've got 5 more team members to talk about here. I next came across a Magby. This did not spend anywhere near as much time as a Magmar as Kaminari, the Elekid, did as an Electabuzz. I evolved it as soon as I had the opportunity to. And thus it became a rather kick-ass Magmortar. I named it Coal King, for lack of a better name. King of Coal, something about coal, I don't know. It kind of fits. It's fine. It kind of fits, not really that original, but whatever. It kind of works. It provided the sun that gave my Sunflora the whole I take damage but I can completely destroy you sort of shtick. Just maintaining that Chlorophyll is still better, because not much point in having a shitload of power if you can't outspeed the opponent. It's a bit of a stupid thing, but whatever. I picked it up, I used it, it was fine. I think I had a physical and a special attack of Fire type, so it was just kind of there, and I think it was my strength user for the playthrough as well. So I was quite content with that. My next team member, this one came from the Dream World. Oh, hello, is that? Aren't you one of the trainers that follow you in Diamond Pearl Platinum or something like that? That would be kind of interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to go back and heal, and I'm going to enter what I imagine is a double battle. Quite a decent amount of attention to detail there, but going through all these trainers is, you know, it's getting a bit on the tedious side. Can't lie about that, but oh well, this can sort of break the tedium up a bit. Yeah, Mira. She's one of the trainers that you just randomly follows you around in one of the caves in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I think she was in the cave underneath the cycling road. I can't remember what it's called. I think it was called Wayward Cave. Yeah. Okay, cool. Don't know what you're going on about with the whole, third person way of speaking there, but whatever. You've got 6 Pokemon on your team. That's going to be a bit of a thing. Porygon 2, that's kind of cool. It can't go to sleep now. That Rhyhorn's probably going to, like, smash me with Earthquake or Rock Blast, but I'm going to kick that Drowsy's ass before I die. It's going to be the last thing I do before I die is kick that Drowsy on its ass. Crit! Thank you very much. Drowsy is somewhat of a physical bulk, so that crit might have actually been needed to knock it out. Now, what can this Porygon do to this thing? Decent amount. And it's not going to use a rock move or a ground move of any variety. Okay. Sharpedo, though, I can definitely see being a problem. Who do I want to switch in here? I could switch in Turbodrom and just start sweeping the joint. I'll go into Talia, see if she can do anything here. Sure as hell picking on that Porygon too. It's a shame Eviolite doesn't exist in this generation, because it would be very nice to have that. And there goes the Rhyhorn. Hopefully its replacement will be something that Talia can fight decently. Ariados, yeah, that should be fine. I should outspeed it, at least. Alright, moving on. The next team member I was talking about, I got it from the Dream World. It was a Barboach. The reason I got it is because it had Spark. And so I was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. We'll go Spark. It's Park Ground, so it's obviously going to have Earthquake when it levels up. It's my Water type, so I'm going to give it Surf, even though it's shitty on it. And it also gets Sand Headbutt, so there you go. So not only was it my specialist Water type and Surf user, it was also decent in regards to type coverage. And I named it Yoshi Fish, because it was a very derpy looking fish, and it reminded me of Druggy Yoshi Fish. I'm not entirely sure where Druggy Yoshi Fish came from. You'll have to ask Picked Up on a Bus that one, because that's where I got it from. So, yeah, I named it Yoshi Fish. It was quite, yeah, like I said, good type coverage, so I was quite happy with the way it worked. It was a bit on the slow side, but I obviously had something that could cover for all the slowness in the form of my electric type. Who better to cover for slowness than a Jolteon? Very, very quick. It had Volt Absorb, and so I determined that this was actually a really good Pokemon to deal with the Reggies. For those of you who don't know, in Black and White 2 you can catch the Reggie Trio, and their only 2 attacking moves are electric attacks. So if you have something that's either ground type, or something with Volt Absorb or Lightning Rod, you don't take any damage from either of their attacking moves. And in the case of something like Jolteon, it can hit hard, it can do quick damage, and it also has Thunder Wave to paralyze them. So it's pretty much the entire package in one. So that's part of the reason I used it, but I also really wanted to use a Jolteon. I was planning on using it in Blaze Black before I went with the Pikachu. So I eventually did give it a good use. It was the obligatory Yu-Gi-Oh reference on the team, or at least the first one. Named it Raigeki, after the spell card that destroys all the opponent's monsters and is a bit on the broken side. So I think it also had Pin Missile, because Jolteon, Pin Missile is just kind of a thing. Next I had a Altaria. Now this was originally called Sarah before I got rid of the name and put it onto the shiny Raticate from the previous playthrough. Its new name, as it is known now, is Cloudian, which is the name of an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, again, another Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference. This came in after the fact though, because I had named it, like I changed its name, I think I'm pretty sure I changed its name after I had done the playthrough. And then, so it was my obligatory flyer. I think I had Sky Attack on it or something. I also had Heat Wave on it for getting rid of any pesky little ice types that thought that they could switch in on me. And then lastly, just as I used the... Okay. No dialogue. Whatever. Alright. Thank you. Anything else you want to give me? Nope, apparently not. Are you permanently here for healing me? There might be. Okay. Apparently this cave isn't accessible until you get strength. Well, that's a bit depressing. Alright, anyways. Buck is up ahead, and he may or may not be like that one fellow from the hospital in Kill Bill. I don't think he likes to fuck. Nah, I don't think he likes to fuck. Okay, he's a bit of a dipstick though. But it looks like these double battles are just involving the fellows that follow you in various caves in Diamond and Pearl Platinum. That's kind of cool, I guess. So, anyways, one more team member to talk about for the playthrough. Just as I'd used the Keldeo in my Japanese White 2 playthrough, I decided to use another event Pokemon for this one, and on this occasion it was Genesect. Obviously, since it was an event Pokemon without my train OT, it couldn't get a nickname, so it was just called Genesect. You got it at level 15, which is part of the reason why I used it in this playthrough. Same thing with the Keldeo, actually. You'd get it at level 15, so it could possibly be usable in the game if you decided to go with that, as long as you had at least one badge, because then it wouldn't obey you otherwise. But yeah, I was quite content with the way that it worked out. It was Bug Steel, so it only had the one weakness. It had decent type coverage for that. It had Download as its ability. Most of the time it actually worked out to my benefits. Sometimes it didn't, but you just kind of got to take the good with the bad when it comes to using Download. I was quite content with it though. I was pretty damn happy with the way that it worked out. I mean, it was a Genesect, it was always going to be pretty damn powerful, being a mythical and whatnot, so I can't say my expectations were really that low of it. They were reasonably on the high side, and as expected, they achieved greatness, I suppose. So, there you go. That's that playthrough talked about. And here, I now kind of want to speed up because this is taking a surprisingly long amount of time. And the fact that everybody here has got 6 team members is kind of razzing my stash here. Bulbat can do a decent job here because both of the Pokemon on the board are grass types. And of course, the Nuzleaf just can't die there. Good thing he's got a Claydol on board now. That's not a bad thing. Ugh. Ugh. That thing might have Zap Cannon. Or Charge Beam or something like that. That might be really bad. Please don't have an electric move. Oh fuck, he might have Aurora Beam as well. Why use Ice Beam? You have Psychic. Okay, well you're picking on the Claydol anyway. Just the Torkoal remains, it seems. Alright. Put this thing to sleep. No, I would like for you to put this thing to sleep. Okay, well, you've got Toxic at least. So I've at least got this in the bag. Yeah, he's kind of run out of Pokemon. Oh no, he's switched out. That's what you get for not paying attention, I guess. Okay. So there goes the Octillery. And here be the Loudred. I'll switch out here because I don't think Bulbat can really deal with this thing. Yay for evolution fights. Alright. I believe there's at least 2 more Pokemon, 2 more of these follower type people left. Wait. What? That doesn't make any sense. Really? Really? Thank you, game. I'm not going to pay that any more mind. No, I'm just not going to pay that any more mind. That was very, very stupid. Okay, Petrel is here for some stupid reason. You might be beaten that easily. And you've got 14 members, one of which is it's a fucking Raticate, whatever. You're going to go to sleep. Fucking Flame Wheel. Since when can this stupid thing get Flame Wheel? Oh, come off it! Of course you'd only stay asleep for 1 turn. Fuck's sake. Oh, whatever. And I just switched into something else that's weak to Flame Wheel. Whatever, this one has a bit more physical defense, so it's fine. I was going to say, if I'm going to just randomly lose to this idiot, I'm going to be not very happy. This Wheezing is getting a Hydro Pump to the damn face. Mystic Water Stab boosted Hydro Pump on the back of a pretty damn beastly special attack, boosted by a modest nature. And you live anyway. Don't poison. The game is acting like Thing 1, Thing 2 right now. Anything I tell it to do, it does the exact opposite. Thank you very much, game. You can kindly go fuck yourself anytime you want. This Skuntank is going to be an asshole, isn't it? Poison jab. Fucking poison! God damn it! Whatever, I got the flinch hacks. I'm getting surprisingly lucky here. It's still pissing me off more than it should have any right to. But I'm getting lucky at least. And Golbat. We're going to go ahead and kick this thing's ass with Thunderbolt. Because, you know, Hypnosis missing and whatnot. Wake up. Wake up. Thank you. How the hell did you survive that? How? What the fuck was... That was min damage. I'm thankful that the Quick Claw saved my balls there, because... What the fuck? Okay. Let's just move on. I need to... Well, I've got to go back and heal first, because I've got 2 poison Pokemon. Can you heal me? No. Got to go back to the Pokemon Center. Too stingy to heal me more than once. Ugh. This is... Only reason I'm not really liking this segment so far is just the simple fact that it is tedious. And I've run out of stuff to talk about because I already went through the playthrough of the day. I could talk about another playthrough, but I don't really want to because I'm going to try to even these out and keep them to one playthrough a segment. So, especially when I have a decent amount to talk about in regards to each one. So, yeah, we're just going to stick with that. And we're just going to go ahead and run into another double battle here. So here, this is Cheryl. She has a Blissey when she follows you in the Eterna Forest, but obviously it is now evolved. Does she lead with it though? No, she doesn't. She leads with the Drifblim, which is very, very ill-equipped to deal with either of these Pokemon. Same thing with Trap Tricks, although I can at least hit Snova with a Poison Fang and do some damage. Ugh. Ice Shard is not very helpful. At least it's not aiming towards me. That's probably what the Houndour is for. Oh, crit! I suppose I'll take that. Trap Tricks has been falling behind a bit. Bulbat's actually caught up to him. Why would you use Fly? Okay. Whatever. Vibrava. Whatever, Taylor. It's going to get hit by a Fire Fang here, but I can take it. Okay. I'm going to make sure that Vibrava doesn't do a single thing further in this battle. Shut it up with Ice Shard. Beat Up apparently missed. And Pharaoh, you're going to get your ass handed to you as well. Bye-bye Houndour. Rinsed idiot. That's cool. Oh, you are so dead. Ice Shard into the middle of next week. It's a physical move though, so like I might be able to tank it. Meh, reasonably well. I don't know why you want to keep using that. The Drifblim got knocked out by the hail while it was in the air. Fantastic. Gonna shut this Gligar up before it does anything to Blissey. Nobody fucked with Blissey. Even though Chansey is better nowadays. Ice Beam. Okay. You must be running by Gen 1 mechanics and assuming that that Chansey's actually got a decent form of attack. Thank you. And there should be one more left. I believe it's Marley. She's probably on this bridge here. Nope. Nope, there she is. with her beastly Arcanine. God. Now, okay. I guess we can now switch out and give Bulbat the Soothe Bell since it's now caught up with the rest of the team. So I'll continue leading with Trap Tricks here. Okay, you don't need to sound all fucking monotone and shit like you normally do. Let's just fight these idiots. I'm already 35 minutes into the segment, and I'm not cutting out much except for this little starting bit and ending bit. Because I usually trim it down to like 1 second after I stop saying stuff is when the segment actually ends. What the fuck? Boom! Unsurprisingly enough. Sneasel tanks it, but Trap Tricks takes a crit from it and auto dies. Thank you, Trap Tricks. And the Noctowl also died as well. Thank you for that unnecessary massacre. Oh, that Venomoth is... That is the freest kill. Especially since the Ice Punch is there to take care of Graveler. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck off. I forgot Venomoth can get psychic moves. Oh, you tricky dicky. Right, fuck it. Bye, Fang. Hey. Oh, whatever, it'll kill the Graveler anyway. Assuming it doesn't miss, which it didn't. This is probably the most interesting of the fights so far. I'm going to rely on you to pursue that Mystery Abyss while I kick that Magneton's ass with Fire Fang. Team effort? Team effort. High five for that one. Ugh. You sure you didn't want to evolve this thing into a Weavile? Make things a little bit easier for me? Apparently not. Pain Split, okay. No. Whatever. Okay. You about done? Thank you. And I can go and collect this now. Lagging tail. Whatever. I never actually bothered to check what the, what that item was that person would make for you. Like 15 Pokeballs and a Destiny Knot. I haven't the faintest idea what that would make. Yeah, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Oh, great. Alright. Another rocket admin. Please, for the love of God, tell me that you're going to leave with something that Trap Tricks can deal with here. Possibly? No. Intimidate just kind of killed off my interest in that. Also, 37 is a bit ridiculous. I actually made a point to... I made a point to put Thunderbolt onto this thing before I left, but evidently I just forgot to do that. Anyways, you can go for a bit of a wash. Seed Bomb! Here we go. Seed Bomb, 80 power, 100 accuracy. 25 power, 100 accuracy. For this thing to put out more damage than this, it has to hit 5 times. Wait. 37, 75... No, it actually has to hit 3. Whatever, I'll stick with consistency. Seed Bomb seems powerful enough, so I'll just stick with that. Vile Plume. This thing is going to die to Wing Attack. I don't give a fuck what anything says. Come on. No! No! Wake the fuck up. Fuck! God damn it, Bulbat, why? And I shouldn't be accepting these deaths because these drop happiness. Fuck! Whatever, clean up. Oh, you are gonna get it. And so are you. Quick Claw hacks! Yes! I'm happy with this. No dialogue either. Good job. Why are these people dropping TMs? Because Patrol dropped Toxic. What's 84? Poison Jab. Can anything get Poison Jab? Nope. Everything can get Toxic, so not much point in me checking this. Alright, I do not want to backtrack all the way just to use the Pokemon Center, so we're going to go ahead and use healing items. I'm wasting time either way because I've just passed 40 minutes recorded and I've still got at least one more executive that I need to fight somewhere. At least I have access to this patch of grass though, so I can sort of take care of that. Alright, here we go. Yeah, these idiots. Let's hope that this is the last fight that I have to do. What? Okay, that's fine. I forgot that Riley exists, so... Oh, come on. Oh, whatever. That was entirely pointless. Go into the Pokemon Center, do a trick, just to show off you can do scripted events and shit, and then just do that. I guess it gives you a chance to try to prepare for this fight, because it may be more difficult. 38, 37, yeah. Yeah, I'm not staying in. Scyther will murder Trap Tricks here. So what I'm going to need to do is go into Talia. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn. Look, so Ursaring, whatever the hell that was that just died, I literally already forgot. And then Lucario. That Zangoose needs to get put on his ass. Literally. Right now. Right now. Fuck! At least the Scyther's dead. But yeah, that Zangoose needs to be put on his ass right now. Can you maybe not? Can you not? Keep spamming detects. Fucking Jesus, we're getting our fucking asses handed to us. That Zangoose was far more annoying than it had any real right to be. Like, fucking Jesus. I have no words right now because this fight is just randomly surprising and I don't know how to process it. I can put that Houndoom on his ass though. All of the Intimidate. It's like these two have... It's like these two combo really, really well together. Let's see what Quick Attack does. Jack shit. There goes Ursaring. Tank it. Nope. Oh, you ain't taking that. Whoever's getting hit by that is not taking that. Okay. I believe that's all three of the Pokemon on the Grunt side taken care of, I think. Yeah. Alright, we've got this. Because you can die to that, but I will just smash you with a Hydro Pump. You are not living this. Gyarados, I will hit you with a Thunder Wave. Bounce. Ugh. It's going to miss anyway, but whatever. I just wanted to make sure it didn't paralyze. Should be right to take care of this from here. Okay, cool. Kind of an interesting added side quest thingamabob. I mean, it's part of the main storyline because you have to do this in order to get into the Olivine Gym, so I guess I can't really complain about this too much, aside from the fact that it was very, very linear and a bit tedious and a bit annoying, so yeah, I don't know, not entirely sure how I feel about it. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. What the hell are you doing? Shut up about the goddamn Rattata. Alright, so if I walk in here, yay, just random people exist now. That's cool. Now, I get the impression that this pillow is going to give me choice specs. Am I correct? No, but if you were using a Porygon in this playthrough, you now are able to evolve it into a Porygon too. That's cool, I guess. Anybody else in here? No. If I come out here... People are out here, yay! Is there like... Yeah, he's selling that random crap. What are you doing? You don't talk for some reason. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that cute was what they were going for when they tell you you look like a Slowpoke. Yeah, whatever. I'm just talking to these people in case there's anybody that have anything interesting. That is not very interesting at all. What about you? Nope. Nobody of interest here. Okay. So I walk in here. No. No. Are you kidding me? I actually have to do... whatever. I will maybe show... Yeah, I'm not going to bother showing this off. The Safari Zone is completely unchanged. The challenge here is to catch a Geodude, show it to him, and then he can give you the ability to switch the areas in the Safari Zone around. And then at some point he challenges you to catch his Sandshrew, and then he allows you to add items, which allow you to encounter rarer Pokemon, and some of those require you to lay an exorbitant amount of objects in a certain area and then wait as long as literally 3 months in real time. That's how stupid it is. It's completely unchanged from the original version. And I don't like going into the Safari Zone. It's a very stupid reason why, but if you find a shiny in there, it can run away from you and it can be very, very annoying. Jish has had it happen to him twice. I've had it happen to me once. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not going to show it off at all. It's just straight up not happening. I'm going to go ahead and end the segment now, catch all the stuff that I have available to me in Route 48, and then I will be showing that off next time. I will be fighting Jasmine and probably doing a bit of exploring in Route 42 now that I finally have access to it. So, I will see you for that.